Catherine Bowden, and today we're going to be talking about why it's important to have arts in schools. So, quoting Judith Barton from 1999, her research study, the Barton study of more than 2,000 children found that those in the arts curriculum are far superior in creative thinking, self-concept, problem-solving, self-expression, and risk-taking than those who are not. The information I have today will help the students in future generations. This topic is so dear to me because I was one of the few and lucky ones that I was able to receive arts growing up through my parents. They really supported singing, dancing, drawing, and painting, and that has really shaped who I am today. And I furthered that creative thinking by going to high school at Denver School of the Arts as a dance major, and I am still continuing that art pathway by being a professional dancer currently. The arts have really molded who I am today. It has made me more creative, it's self-discipline. I am able to work through and push any hard times, whether it's emotional or a problem around me. And it's just overall, it helps me conduct who I am and really bring that out. And I also have seen this happen for many younger children, have them help through their struggles. For example, my nephew, watching him grow up, he has a physical disability. He is blind in one eye, and he's been bullied so much because of that. And with that being said, he has a lot of emotional disabilities as well. He's got a lot of anger issues. And once my sister put him into drum lessons, creative art, any type of music instruments that he wants, it's really been able to help build up his self-esteem and really push through the hard times. It's made him a lot happier, and he doesn't have all the anger outbursts that he did prior to having art in his life. So he's one of the reasons why I want to push for having arts in schools. I am getting all my information from the data that has been collected thanks to the Arts Education Partnership. The EAP has sponsored many universities, especially the ones Judith Barton of Columbia University and others, to collect more data and test students in school with or without art programs. Also, I've looked at studies from the International Journal of Education and Arts while looking at statewide test scores from the Colorado Department of Education. So, the arts are not limited to just dance and painting and drawing. That also includes music, sculpting, theater, literature, creative writing, any of those. Anything that has creative process that you are making something of your own. So today we will be talking about how arts help in the schools with grades and the interaction between each student, cognitive and social interactions, and promote psychological and physical benefits. So we're going to be starting off with benefits of the arts in schools. Grades of students that participate in art studies have higher grades. And that is shown with standardized testings. For example, in 2014, the TCAP scores of Denver School of the Arts students were higher in science and math than the School of Science, Denver School of the Science and Technology. To me, that shows a big sign that creative thinking really helps push cognitive thinking and learning. So, having the arts will help formulate ideas while completing things hands-on than just reading from a textbook. So students will learn more from being hands-on and figuring out the information on their own than just reading it through a textbook. There are also lower dropout rates with students in art programs. Fun fact, DPS, Denver Public Schools, have the highest dropout rates in Colorado in 2018. They have 4,000 students drop out because they have less art programs because there's no federal funding. Also, when there's arts to go to, students are excited to go to school. They are willing to learn, so that brings out a better atmosphere in school that the teachers enjoy and then the students enjoy. So they are able to interact with each other better and they're just overall happier. And continuing with keeping arts in schools, it will help low-income families that cannot support arts outside of school. There may be families that cannot buy a box of crayons and coloring paper for their child because it's just not financially possible. If we keep that in the school, we're not taking that away from the children, not taking away any opportunity that they have, whether it's drawing or making music. Going on to cognitive and social interactions. So, art students have higher cognitive thinking because they are being more hands-on and coming up with the information, as I mentioned earlier. So being hands-on, the brain uses numerous parts and neurons that fire to think more. Music, on one aspect, stimulates the brain that will help movement and words. According to the Melnick and Whitmer studies. Also, art can sharpen the abilities to find links between two items. With that, it'll make them see the overall picture, the big picture, versus one little tiny aspect. They are going to be able to see the grand scheme of things. In Finland, teachers were asked to do a research program and to see how they can interact by giving the arts to their students. And the results were astonishing. The numbers and the cognitive thinking that the students were giving was amazing. The study did not give the exact numbers though. Also, with social interactions, it opens up more point of view. The students are more open to any other person's point of view. So it doesn't matter any racial background, skin color, gender, it does not matter because they see a person as a person. They don't see the, oh, someone's different from me, their thought does not matter. So being able to communicate with each other and not see the differences is beneficial in everyone's life. Now, psychological and physical. So, the arts help emotions tremendously. Arts give special needs students a chance to express themselves, even if they're unable to. It connects the children with other children to have more sophisticated thoughts. So, if a child who is disabled and cannot speak because of some form of neuron misfiring or just not physically be able to speak, they are going to be able to communicate with other children through art. Drawing a picture has more words than saying a sentence. And that really helps. It also brings out self-esteem because they are confident in what they are producing. They are confident on how they proceed with their life. And it just makes everything so much easier. Arts are highly it calms anxiety and it relaxes people. Art therapy is fantastic for physical disabilities. It really aids with fine motor skills. We take for granted that we're able to move our fingers fluidly. Having a paintbrush in your hand when you cannot move your hands or eat by yourself, the paint and trying to draw a shape will help define those fine motor skills that hopefully eventually they will be able to eat on their own or whatnot. Also, painting can express thoughts and feelings while creating hand-eye coordination. It's not like catching a ball, but having the movement of picking up the brush, filling it up with paint, and then moving it to the easel creates movement that they're able to start doing in their regular day, whether it's reaching for a candle or food. Also, music helps. Music will help create rhythm and movement, so it will help walking. There's a lot of art programs for students who are in leg braces, and being able to try to move through dance will help their walking. Plus, children with disabilities or even children without disabilities, art really helps everyone understand each other. Singing, music, painting. It's an overall human experience that everybody can share. So, why is having art programs in our schools so beneficial? It helps students do better in school, keeps them in school, cognitive and social interactions, and it promotes psychological and physical benefits. Without having art programs in the child's development stages, we are starving our future generation. Without art, there cannot be science. And without science, there is no art. If you look at the beautiful buildings of Russia and Europe, someone had to have the creative thinking to build those buildings, to have the idea of the unique shape of the building. Someone had to come up with that. That is creative thinking. So, if the adults don't have that background of creative thinking, they're not going to be able to pursue and farther our future, farther society. Life would just be plain. There wouldn't be movies to go watch, plays to go see, because no one would have thought of it. Even video game programmers, everyone plays a video game at some point. Well, somebody came up with that. Someone had that creative thought. Someone had art in their life. And, fun fact, there is some video game programmers who are creating a video game that help people with strokes and that are unable to communicate again. The video game will be hooked up by wires to the stroke patient, and whatever thought or feeling that they're having is run through the wires through transmission and projected on a screen so they can communicate. Arts should not be the first thing to go away when schools need to make cutbacks. It cutbacks the opportunity for any child to excel in their life, their schoolwork, and their development into adults. Students need to be passionate about something, and art will lead to finding something passionate to be about. So hopefully, one thing that you guys take away from this is that we need to promote arts in school. We need to find a way to make sure there is no cutbacks in schools in the art programs. We must find a way to give these children something to look forward to so they want to go to school and to help their future and to further society, whether it's a video game or a new movie or some type of life-altering technology that helps someone that had everything taken away from them. We need to keep arts in schools. Thank you.